Okay, according to this, we are live. Hopefully, we won't have any problems. Um, Needy, um, I was just looking at what's going on in the chat. I'm a little envious right now of Mary Draw and Ori. They're together at a furry convention right now, which sounds like a lot of fun and kind of appropriate considering that tonight we're honoring the feast of Anubis upon his mountain. And so we have
of kibble.
well, actually, and I put in the description. If, for a lot of folks, you might not see the actual description of the video when it goes up, but if you go to look, of course, I have links for things in there, including the booklet for our live service. But I'll also put in there, this is the feast for tonight, and I'll kind of toss out a question. Like in this case, Anubis upon his mountain. Well, what mountain? Tune in and find out. And in this case, the mountain in question, and it's funny. One book that I recommended in my last video said that, well, not of any particular mountain. Well, actually, they think there is a specific mountain that is Anubis's mountain. And I have to thank Mrs. Jackal for sharing the article with me about that. It's in Abydos. So if you think about the landscape there, and that's something that it's easy to lose track of. We think of the temples and the pyramids and the Nile, but past the cultivation, what was the landscape like? And you've got mountains in different parts of the country. And in Abydos, there was a mountain that apparently was Anubis's mountain. And so that's, the one that he's the lord of. So, Tepijuf, which actually is preserved in Coptic. There's a Coptic form of it's Anpu Tepijuf, which is, on his mountain. So that's what we're doing. And it actually falls on July 4th, but yes, the day before. Just like everybody's getting in the United States is getting the day off. We're observing a little early. And I think it's appropriate considering all the hype that is coming around this particular U.S. Independence Day. Freedom of religion is one of the driving forces that led people to come and start this country and to, put certain things in our founding documents. So it's only appropriate that we honor Anubis on, 4th of July weekend. So that's the furthest I'll go on that. But yeah, a lot of stuff going on. A lot of folks having good things go on, and a lot of folks that are having a really tough time right now. And I know what's going on with one or two of you guys. We also have another friend that has had a really rough week, and I think he's trying to present a good front, but considering what's going on, it can't be easy because our friend Doug's mom passed away in her sleep over the weekend. And we jokingly called her our Jewish mom because she's the one that would always invite us to Passover and, made sure that we had tickets, to go because they have catering and all that stuff for the Seder, and we've known her nearly 30 years and she was a ripe old age. We can at least say that.
Yeah.
But, and her husband, passed away. Predeceased her by 21 years. So, they're together along with his brother who died young because of,
vehicle accident.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I think he was riding a bicycle or something and, got hit by a car. It's really, really unfortunate, so, but that means that Doug is left and he moved out of his apartment to come be home with his mom to take care of her, and she passed away. And so he's come home to an empty house, and he needs people there for him. So that's what we're going to try and be. We were just on the phone with him earlier, and it's going to take some coaxing because he's kind of a private sort of guy and doesn't really, like to express a whole lot of emotion, but how can you not at a point like this? So, yeah. For everyone that's having a tough time right now, we're here. Hopefully we can help bring some balm to your spirit. So that's why we're here tonight. The Friendly Podcast. Howdy, howdy. Yeah. And the I guess one bit of humor is I'm trying to kind of coordinate, although she's really busy too. We'll probably see her at some point. But the rabbi that knows that I'm Kemetic, that's the rabbi of the congregation that they're part of, and she's also trying to help Doug with some of the immediate practical things with making arrangements for a memorial service and all that. And I'm trying to coordinate with her, and I realized, does this mean that the rabbi and the Egyptian priestess are trying to play good cop, bad cop?
No.
I don't know.
There's no good cop, bad cop to it.
Well, I mean, if we have to coordinate and be like, hey, Doug, you need to do, hopefully it won't get to that. But if it did, it would be kind of funny if you think about it.
Yeah, but it's not going to. What we have here is, the rabbi and the Egyptian priest coming together to help someone in time of need.
Yeah, but it's still something just ironic enough to be that much more special. So what's life without a little irony? So, all right, well, let's go ahead and get started. Yeah, as a rabbi and a Kemetic priest is walking to a bar. Actually, in this case, the thing is, and I was joking about this earlier. A rabbi, a Kemetic priestess, and would you say, for the sake of the joke, a Jedi?
Yes.
Roll into a bar?
Well, I mean, you could even say a rabbi, a Kemetic priest, and a Christian, and it still hits. Because what I am first and foremost is that Christian.
Yeah, and the bartender looks up and says, all right, who gets the wine first?
And the Christian says, I'll make my own. Go ahead.
There you go. Yes, we're working on the joke. By the way, hopefully it won't create a whole lot of background noise, but I do have a ceiling fan going, and we have our primary AC unit and a couple of portable units in two different rooms because it's been very hot and very humid this past week. So if you see the lights briefly dim, there's nothing wrong. It's just one of the portable units kicking in, and it just draws a lot of power because this room is on the same breaker as one of the units, so it tends to dim the lights when it comes on. So don't be alarmed if you see that, and hopefully the weather's not going to be influencing our connection any. These cool waters are upon my hands, and they purify me. As Tefnut purifies me. Hail unto you, O Yemashur. We come unto you without falsehood and without evil. Our purity is upon our hands, our purity is within our hearts, and we have cast out all evil that pertains to us. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure. Is that nice and cool? Come here, you. Oh, what? What happened?
You just swatted them in.
So that wrist is still a little tender.
Oh yeah.
1 second. So we have to keep saying some prayers for Darren to keep healing. He's not having to keep his wrist in a brace all the time now, but it is still a little sensitive, and still doing physical therapy to try and get better. Come in peace, bright eye of Horus. Come in peace. Receive the light. The eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light. The eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra in all of their abodes, till none remain. Receive the light. The eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world, to everyone who is tuning in with us now, has been with us in the past, and will be joining us in the future. This eye of Horus comes, and we are all purified with it. Receive the light. And Shannon's not joining us this evening. I guess she's celebrating. She's gotten a new job that she'll be starting, and that's really wonderful news. But she's we might say communing with Hathor right now, because she went to go and just kind of sit and chill in a cemetery, watch the storm clouds come in. She said that was something that Yamanu loved, and had a little something to drink to just chill out. And I said, "You're in the following of Hathor right now. You're good." So she's like, "Yeah, I can't come into service right now. You don't know it, but you're in service." So.
Yeah.
Okay, is that a wave from Smacky Smackins? So hello. Welcome to the Stripey Collective. And sarcastic, you're asking, wait, did Darren hurt his wrist? Yeah, those a while back, and that's just been part of the ongoing process with, kind of cascading injuries, because first his knee, and then trying to compensate, he hurt his wrist, and we've been slowly making improvements. It's a slow process.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things that helped was getting a new backrest on your chair yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, new backrest and some modifications with the cushion. I mean, it's still a lot for my body to adjust to, but it's a different kind of pain than I was in.
Mm. Yeah, I don't remember where it was. I saw that meme about, my favorite childhood memory was my back not hurting.
Amen to that shit.
Well, it's not my favorite childhood memory. I'm surrounded by too many Transformers, for that, but and Duckies, but there's still some truth to it. We're in here, sweetheart. It's okay. You arise in the Akhetas Kafri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from noon at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, and hail and praise unto you, O Anapu, Lord upon your mountain. O Yunachiru, you lords of love and lords of life. Grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at, cast out Svet. May you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us and your strength being within us. And let's go ahead and make sure that we have our candles lit for Mama Sekhmet, that she may continue to bring peace and healing to all those who need it. Darren going through his physical therapy, and there's want to include Katie Horton, because I know she's been going through some things lately, and everyone else who needs it. And also for Machas, the Lord of Storms, son of Sekhmet. May he protect all of those who are in the path of severe weather, especially as that heat dome shifts over the United States.
Yeah, I heard some thunder today, but I don't know if we got anything.
It was spotty. It was south of here. Because when I went to get grocery shopping, I could see it. It was all south. But yeah, so there's going to be people that are, some people that are baking and some people that are getting stormed on. And I'm sure it's the same thing, or will be at some point or another in Europe, because it's been so hot over there. And but something that we've all learned lately is that when you have a heat dome, there tends to be what they call a ring of fire around it, because there's all these thunderstorms that bubble up around the edges of the heat dome. So we want to protect and pray for protection for everyone who's in that. Marco, baby, it's okay. We're here. Yeah, I think she's. Hang on just a second. I'm going to bribe her with some treats. I will be right back.
Okay.
So, Darren, you keep everyone entertained for a second. It's all right, sweetie. Come on. Come on, sweetie.
All right, everybody.
Where are you, baby?
As I said, the 31st is her birthday. So if y'all want to throw some super thanks up there and tell her to get herself something nice, that's fine. I don't know if we're going to broadcast that day because I'm trying to get kind of a crew together to do a birthday party, but we'll see. If not, we may make it the next day. But we love you guys. You guys mean the world to us. And I love hearing from you all. Thank you all for being such good friends and good family. Couldn't be more grateful. I love you.
All right. She's in her pool. She should be happy. And that way we can hear her, so. We can hear from our temple duck. All right. Take these, your cool waters that are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. Oh, you're not true. These cool waters are the eye of Horus, that your hearts may be refreshed. Milk. May you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood, that you may be purified with it. We give you incense. Get it to high. There we go. We give you incense, great of purity. This incense is the eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. It cleanses you and adorns you. It takes its place upon your hands. Oh, Yonashuru, we give to you this eye of Horus. Its fragrance comes to you. It sounds like some folks are getting an early start to the 4th of July. Take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus, O Yonashuru. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. Although we're using bread in the metaphorical sense, we have chocolate. Funny thing, a lot of folks have had the gnosis that Anubis likes chocolate, which is kind of ironic for a canine, but he's a deity who happens to have a canine form. But also one of our New Mexico green chili plants actually produced some chilies, and so hopefully I didn't let them go too long, but I've got this one here and another one for Darren. So we're very thankful that we've got some actual chilies. And can't wait to roast them. The gardens prosper and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Ra, O Anubis. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine and your water. Pure, pure is Ra Horeketi within his house. Pure, pure is Anapu on his mountain. Pure the cause of all of these gods, with this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure, for Ra Horeketi, for Anapu, in every place that their immortal cause dwell. Come to your body, O Ra Horeketi. Come to your body, O Anapu. Come to your bodies, O Yonachuru, and come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba, to these your offerings, and partake of them. Come, O people, raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Anapu. All life comes from them. All health comes from them. All stability comes from them. All good fortune comes from them, as it has since the first time. Ora Horeketi, and your son, the Osir Nisun, your Keperura. Your foes retreat from you. And Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these, your offerings, and receive them from our hands. Thank you for the super sticker, by the way. From the table of the gods to the table of the blessed dead. We light this candle that it may be the eye of Horus that lights their way into Duvant. And we pour these cool waters from the table of Osiris, that their hearts may be refreshed. Orechta henket kakao abdus neshermaha hutnebet nafra wabet alket nesherim and kawen akupunibu macharunibu hiranachara. A voice offering, bread and beer, 1,000 of beef and fat, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which God lives, for the cause of all of these blessed dead, all true of voice before the great God, including our Jewish mom, Deborah DeLynn.
We love you, Ma.
Yeah, she was a sweetheart. Actually, if you have seen my little animated short, Half-Ass Kingdom Commute, the little old lady on the walker it was inspired by Mrs. DeLynn.
Even though Miss DeLynn never used that walker.
Right, yeah, she used a cane, but she was, by the end of things, she was bent over, your classic idea of a bent over old lady, using a walker, but kind of visually that was the inspiration, and I did the voice. Bars, fruit juice. Oh, can't forget cat food. So. Just a little plug if you've seen it, and I can certainly provide a link if anybody's interested. But yeah, that was a character that was kind of taken from real life just a little bit. And she didn't sound like that though. She didn't really.
No. I thought she had a great voice.
Yeah.
And I wanted to.
Yeah. So. And now we come unto you, O Ra, as Jehuti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your Ka shall live. Truly, your Ennead has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Ennead says unto you, your word is law, eternally. This pet is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. May we always act with gentility and compassion, for such is the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality, for such is the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity, for such is the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, for such is the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth, for such is the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good, for such is the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly with temperance, for such is the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others, for such is the eighth Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti. We may witness Ra's perfection every day. All right. Hail and praise, O Anapu, great God upon your mountain, master of secrets in Duat, ruler of the west, fair son of Osa, great physician who heals, your seal is our protection, crown prince of the Aeneid, keen-faced among the gods, you stand at Oser's side, you serve the blessed dead, they live because of you. All right, yeah, just so you know, this is a proof for a revised edition of Celebrating the Egyptian Gods, and of course I've dog-eared, actually not even dog-eared, I take post-it notes and, tear them into strips, and I'll, go through and mark, and so this is where all the things that I need to correct are, and I'll, note that. But one of the things that I've added into the revised edition, when I can get it, proofread, or updated, the handful of modern prayers that we've read, like the cat's prayer to Bast and the jackal draws his blade. That's going to be in here. So we'll read that one as well, because it's all about Anubis. With quiet patience, he works the scale, jackal's ears and jackal's face, human hands and God's soul. He weighs each person's heart with care against the sacred feather of truth, listens to their testimony, words of lives now in past tense. Mild-mannered, he kneels to Osiris. The jackal's job is to serve, not to fight. Other gods take up that task, to defend Ra's creation with sharp blades and fierce eyes. But this keen jackal's ears prick up. He hears distant cries of anguish, pain, and behind each of them a terrible whisper. Unspeakable lies from the unspeakable one. Twisted distortions of sacred truth. A million shattered shards in the form of tortured thoughts, of worthlessness and doubt, sadness and self-hate, depression, destruction, and longing for death. But Anubis, that great jackal at the scales, knows those words for what they are. They are the lies of the enemy of all Ra has made, subtle temptations beckoning to oblivion. As he stands at the balance of truth, the gateway between life and death, precarious fulcrum between hope and despair, Anubis resolves to answer, to defend those crying for help, to protect creation itself, beating within countless anguished hearts. The jackal draws his blade. With eyes of truth, he stares down the evil one, serpent tempter of souls, seeking only their ruin. The jackal draws his blade and lunges forth. Does the sword of Anubis find its mark? Does the jackal strike down the snake? For every person who stays their own hands, puts down the bottle, the pills, the gun, Anubis' stroke is true. Our every choice fulfills his task. His success is up to you. had that book. I'm just tuck it in here. And to think how much money every time you hear the boom of somebody's little mortar cannons and stuff going off, that's
That's a lot of money.
yeah, that's between $10 to $30 a shot.
Money going up in smoke,
Yeah.
literally.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, and Force Corp, so you're asking where can I find the pronunciation breakdown for the voice offering? That is going to be the July Kemetic How-To Guide episode. So I just wrote a script. We will be in the little recording booth behind where this tapestry of Anubis is. By the way, you might see it a little bit on the side here. That's it's something I got off of Zazzle. And you can order one for yourself. I'll drop a link. That one's going to end up going on Etsy at some point, unless it ends up just kind of attaching itself to here, and I have to order another one. I don't know. But it's certainly handy for sprucing up an altar space. But anyway, that's going to be the next how-to guide. We're going to get behind there, get all that stuff out of the way, and I swear I can hear. One of my blessed dead has been very vocal lately, dear Wally, and I can just hear him say, "Yeah, we need to get all that crap out of there so we can do some work."
Wally Burke, vocal, always.
Oh yeah.
Love you, Wally.
Yes. Okay, the Stripey Collective. Going to duck out early. Just got back from a long trip and I'm exhausted. Well, get some good rest. Glad you had a good trip, and come back and see us next week. Okay, yeah, that's the only thing I'm really struggling with first. Yeah, well, because it's in a different language, so yeah. But absolutely, that is some because you may not have been the only person to ask about it, but that is definitely something that we've gotten. When I hear requests, it's like, okay, that's great. That's not a topic I have to pull out of thin air. Somebody asked about it, so. And by the way, I know some folks had suggested some topics on the Discord. I couldn't find the link, so Snarky, you're going to have to ping me with that again. Private message me or something so I can find that, because I like being able to take viewer requests and make them into topics.
Yeah, because if we have to take viewer requests and make them into topics, that means we don't have to think. We just have to do.
Well, as I'm given my research project, although there are some fun hands-on things that if we can get an extra set of hands in here, we're going to try and do, because the thing involving the plaster gauze is going to need some help. And you're wearing plaster gauze. What are you going to be doing? Trust me, it'll be fun.
It'll be behind a very expensive and sexy paywall.
No, it's not. That's there's probably going to be plenty of outtakes. The outtakes definitely. But and for the folks that are on Patreon, I finally finished, just a couple of days late, but I got the June exclusive. And even if you're not on the exclusive tier, you can go and look at the different collections. And I've got a collection now that's Kemetic Crossroads, and that's where Darren and I talk about interfaith things. And we talked about something this week that's going to be kind of a sneak preview for an eventual episode. But anyway, we need to see what Anubis has for us in terms of a fortune. And I think it's funny because if you look at the ones that we've gotten in the last couple of weeks, your greatest strengths are revealed in times of adversity. That was from a couple of weeks ago. And I think sometimes that adversity is when other people are having a hard time and they come to lean on you. That's when you realize where your strengths are. And then last week it was to be courageous is to face your fears with unwavering determination. if you know it's there, don't avoid it. Tackle it head on. That's courage. So let's see what Anubis has to add to that ongoing theme, or if he's going to start a new one. And again, this cookie's for everyone. If you've been tuning in with us in syndication, it's for you too. Reconnect with a long-lost loved one. They miss you. Reconnect with a long-lost loved one. They miss you. That's some good advice. And I can think of some people that I know that I need to reconnect with. So, all right. I'm going to open the floor for cookie requests. Again, for anyone who might be tuning in for the first time, you don't have to do anything. You can just request. If you want us to pull either a fortune or a wisdom text, which I need to shuffle these, so you get to see how I do that. Of course, because they're printed out, and it's almost like drawing straws. So I just have to kind of shuffle them as best we can. Try to get them to where they're the back side is facing me, so I can't read it. I just don't even look. I just pull something out. Let intuition point the way. So, of course, if you see a scroll, that's the icon asking for a wisdom text. And the fortune cookie, of course, is for a fortune cookie. And if you just throw that up there, that makes it a little easier for me to see it from across the room. And towards the end of it, we'll do our Discord requests. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, interesting story out of chick is talking about dealing with a Catholic friend and realizing the Protestant Catholic adversity had gone over my head over the years because, okay, so I'm seeing here your grandparents had kind of a it was interfaith insofar as it was Catholic and Protestant. Yeah, and there is some real adversity there, and it gets rather interesting when like growing up as we did. In Louisiana, I like to joke that the Civil War never ended. They just redrew the battle line, the Mason-Dixon line, in the middle of the state. There's an Alexandria in Louisiana, and that's kind of the unofficial border between North and South. And in South Louisiana, it's predominantly Catholic, but in North Louisiana, it's predominantly Protestant. And then you get cases of folks who emigrated out of South Louisiana, like my grandparents, looking for opportunities because there were none where they lived, back in the mid 20th century. And so, you end up kind of a minority, still in the same state. And it was when I got into junior high and high school that I started to learn that, there were people that acted like, oh, well, you're not really a Christian if you're Catholic. I had schoolmates try to witness to me, and I'd tell them, well, I go to church. I go to, the Catholic church, in town. And, oh, well, you need to come to our church. So, it was kind of interesting, and eventually I got to where when I got to college, I learned to mess with people, especially like when the Baptist Student Association came along and tried to, ask people to come join them, and I would just deliberately say things to mess with them. But it's really a thing. And Darren, I don't know what your experience was like. Of course, you grew up where, I mean, your family had traditionally been Catholic, but kind of
Well,
lapsed.
my dad's side was lapsed Catholic.
So he was lapsed Catholic.
My mother's side was lapsed Presbyterian.
Oh, okay, and Sarcastic's wanting to know what's the plan for Holy Week? What plan for Ron Pet Week? Okay, here's the fun thing with that, because we have the 10th. That's a Friday. Have a service, day off. Sunday kicks off the days on the year. It's technically the last day of the year, where you sing and make offerings and that, and you have the days on the year going all through the week, and Friday's going to be the birth of Nebuchadnezzar. Saturday is Egyptian New Year, so we're going to do that, and then we're all going to I'm going to end up collapsing and just rest for a week. Then we're going to skip Friday on the 31st because I have people wanting to abscond me for my birthday. So we'll do the Wagi feast on Saturday. So I think because that's kind of an important one. Also a feast where we honor Anubis, and don't want to miss that. So I figure we'll just bump it to Saturday, and hopefully be able to have more people tune in. So that's the thing with that. I know some folks were wanting to know, well, what can we do on the Discord for festivities for that? And in honor of Yamanu, what I might suggest is find things to watch that are Egyptian in pop culture, because there's so many different things, and maybe share links. I think what I'll do is I'll look for that episode of G.I. Joe where they go to the underworld, to the Egyptian underworld.
Oh wow!
Yes, it's actually it's so trippy when you go back and you watch it. You're like, oh my god. I watched it like several years ago, and I'm like, oh my god! Suddenly I get all of this. This is funny. So because Yamanu loved finding ancient Egypt and pop culture things, and Shannon was saying that they'd be watching something like, I think the movie Pretty Woman, and there's a bookcase in a background that has a pyramid on it, and he would point it out, and she's like, you just conjured this stuff. So I think in honor of him, that might be something fun to do, is just find links to little pop culture things and little bits like that, and share them, so that we can watch and have a good time. But okay. Starting with Slayer Lover, can I have a cookie? And then Zavalin?
No.
Slayer Lover, so rain and cookies. The more you give, the more you receive. Slayer Lover, the more you give, the more you receive. So Zabalin, and then Gabriel asking from Sekhmet. So Zabalin. Only you can change your life. No one can do it for you. Zabalin, only you can change your life. No one can do it for you.
That's pretty direct.
Yeah, and I know you've been going through a lot right now. And it might be, stop waiting on other people to give you breaks. Make your own breaks. I know there's a lot going on, but hopefully that helps. But Gabriel asking from Mama Sekhmet. Gabriel, you'll create a lasting impact on those around you. You'll create a lasting impact on those around you. Oh, hang on. Okay. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not missing a yes, Discord. That's okay. I have to watch from YouTube channel. Okay. Yes, just trying to make sure that I didn't miss anybody on the messenger chat. So Lucas, to clear up my life and make it more interesting. Careful that you want your life to be more interesting. It can suddenly get that way. But so Lucas and then Allie. Listen, Allie, we're to try and cut down on the time. We're doing one or the other. Do you have a preference for a cookie or a wisdom text? And let's do Lucas real quick. Lucas, you got voicemail. You wanted your life to be more interesting. Here we go. First one. A joyful reunion is coming close. Second one. Seek professional help when your mental health needs it. So, Lucas, a joyful reunion is coming close. Seek professional help when your mental health needs it. Oh, okay. And Katanya, is it Katanya or Katanja von Reichson? Thank you for the service. I'm Hellenic polytheist. My daughter is searching and has always felt close to Anubis. My daughter's friend's puppies passed. She's wanting to ask Anubis to care for them. Absolutely. And I can remember when, and you know what? I actually have a picture of her. This was the last puppy that I had. We named her Dragon. I named her Dragon. Let's see if it'll actually show the picture. But she was a German Shepherd Rottweiler mix. So she was short like a Rottweiler, but slender, had the build of a German Shepherd. She loved to lick on ice. That was her thing. And she lived to be 12 years old. She ended up suffering hip dysplasia toward the end, which unfortunately a lot of those breeds have that. But I can remember asking Anubis to walk with her when, it was her time. And, so I can totally understand that. And I really do think that just as cats are best servants, dogs are Anubis servants. So, okay, so wisdom text for Anapu Blaze. Oh, yes, Dragon was a great girl. It's funny. People kind of took umbrage when I said she was smarter than all the men in the house, and I had to explain. No, this is not a dig at all men, just the men in my house, because she was smarter than my father and my brothers. She was a pound rescue, and she was absolutely irrepressible. She knew she had been given a new lease on life because the animal shelter we took her from was not a no-kill shelter. But we, it's like, she knew she'd been busted out of there, and so she loved to dig and to do things. I remember chewing on her dog brush at one point and throwing it. She liked to throw it up in the air, and she ended up throwing it in the pool. And I remember seeing her stand there looking at the pool, with her ears forward, like, "Oh, darn it," because she couldn't get it out. Because she didn't want to go in the pool. She just liked to sit and lick on the ice from her drink. So that was her thing. But so Allie, we're doing a wisdom text, and then we're going to get a fortune for Forest Corpse from Sobek. I'm feeling his presence a lot lately. So all right. So Allie, asking for Anapu. Just give us a wisdom text. Do not borrow money at interest to live in grand style by means of it. And to explain a little further, because this is part of a longer thing, saying borrow money at interest to celebrate your birthday. Do not borrow money at interest to live, a lavish lifestyle. Meaning, and this is from the instructions of Ankh Shashank, if you're going to borrow, or in our day, put something on a credit card, do it for a special occasion. Don't do it, as a matter of habit. So Anapu is saying, via Ankh Shashank, do not borrow money at interest to live in grand style. Save it for special occasions. So next we have we're so back asking from Forest Corpse. A lifetime of cultural discoveries is in store for you. A lifetime of cultural discoveries is in store for you. I'm getting the sense it might be from travel, but could be that and other things. So Valraven from Anubis. Been a horrible few weeks. Could use some advice. I'm sorry to hear that. Our prayers that things turn for the better.
Hang in there, Val.
Yeah, that was our spring. We can certainly appreciate where you are. If not directly, then at least in the general sense. It's been a tough year, but we're going to make it through it. And funny, very short, very sweet. Never give up. Exclamation point. Never give up. So Valraven, Anubis is telling you, never give up. All right. Oh, and Smacky Smackins. I'd like a cookie from Jehuti. Alrighty. And then the Ur-Friendly Podcast from Suta. So, Smacky Smackins. I love that username. So, ask Jehuti. He seems to have been active, at least around here for me, because I've been seeing a lot of herons and cranes. Smacky Smackins, your words have the power to encourage and inspire those around you. And it's funny, you were asking from Jehuti, and what is he known for? And he says, your words have the power to encourage and inspire those around you. getting the sense that he's wanting to say, be mindful of them and use them well. So the Ur-Friendly podcast from Sutek. A positive change in your career is in your future. A positive change in your career is in your future. So, Ur-Friendly podcast. Positive change in your career is in your future. All right. So, Soriader. And then Gregory Houston, wisdom text from Anapu. Love to hear what advice or words to chew on. And Rabbit asks prayers for their mom who may lose her eyesight.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Definitely. We ask Horu, who is the Lord of Eyesight and the Lord of the Sound Eye, to look after Rabbit's mom and help them to hang on to their sight, to hopefully find healing, and if not, the strength to adapt. Soriader, and then Gregory Houston, wisdom text. Soriader, there is nothing permanent except change. There's nothing permanent except change. Seems like a Capri kind of message. And so next was a wisdom text from Gregory Houston asking, from Anapu, was it? Yes. Gregory Houston, do not be haughty because of your knowledge, but take counsel with the unlearned man as well as the learned. And that's from the instructions of Ptahhotep. So don't be too proud. Don't be haughty because of your knowledge, but take counsel with the unlearned as well as the learned. And of course, that passage goes on to say that wisdom is rarer than malachite, but can be found even among maids at the grindstones, who would not have been considered to be, a paragon of education in ancient Egypt, but Ptahhotep is wise enough to say even they have wisdom and life experience that you should listen to. All right, so Boren from Capri for Shannon. And then Chocolate Dragon. Okay, I'm going to go with a cookie for Anapu. Oh, Stargate. Oh, don't get me started on Stargate.
It's the Fargate.
Yeah, it's funny. We actually mentioned that in the exclusive that we did. But yeah, let's get that wisdom text for Shannon. Boren is asking. We ask Capri, Lord of Transformation. Oh, 2 of them. Interesting. Okay. First one. A small worry breaks the bones. And then the second one, the Ba of Ra is Hika throughout the whole world. So Tamir, the two for Shannon, a small worry breaks the bones. So I guess that means take care of those little things so they don't become big things. But the Ba of Ra is Hika throughout the whole world. That seems like a message from Yamanu. It really does. All right, so Chocolate Dragon from Anapu, and then Twisted Silence from Sutek.
We're not gonna hear it.
Well, I was just thinking Chocolate Dragon.
That's a dragon that's in danger in my book.
That's what I was going to say. Is that careful? That sounds tasty. Chocolate Dragon. Make it your mission to encourage acts of kindness that touch lives. Make it your mission to encourage acts of kindness that touch lives. And keep in mind, something that touches people's lives doesn't have to be huge. I think that's the social media effect. We think it's got to be something that reaches, 1 million people. No, it only has to reach just one. But make it your mission to encourage acts of kindness that touch lives. So Chocolate Dragon. And yes, Twisted Silence. From Anapu and Sutek. Okay. Your heart will be full of love in September. So Twisted Silence. Your heart will be full of love in September. All right, so Married to Wet from the Jackals. And then we get our Discord requests. Okay. Oh, Chocolate Dragon says, I'm not that tasty, I swear, LOL. Okay, and Forest Corps, pray for my friend's internet connection. Oh, haha. Aw. But, okay, so yeah, let's get Married to Wet, and then pick up with our Discord requests. So asking from our Jackals. Yes, the lineup actually that I have planned is this month I'm doing a breakdown of the voice offering prayer, and then we're doing a spotlight on Wet for August. But Married to Wet, your future is a canvas. Paint it with your aspirations. Your future is a canvas. Paint it with your aspirations. All right, so let's start with our wisdom requests from the Discord group, starting with Rabbit, then River, Astra, and Sun. So Rabbit. One cannot bring satisfaction to an entire town, but one can bring happiness to friends when there is need. So for rabbit, I'll read it again. One cannot bring satisfaction to an entire town, but one can bring happiness to friends when there is need. Yeah, don't worry about the big thing. Worry about what you can do for your friends, for those around you. One can bring happiness to friends when there's need. So that's for rabbit. And next was river. All right. Do not speak against any person, be they great or small, for this serves only to arouse the temper. Do not speak against any person, be they great or small, for this serves only to arouse the temper. That's for river. Do not speak against any person, great or small, for this only serves to arouse the temper. So next was Astra and then San. So Astra. At night a thief steals. At midday he is found. At night a thief steals. At midday he is found. Now for Astra, I'm getting a strong sense that this is not, a PSA, don't steal anything. This is reassurance that if something was taken, it's going to be restored. At night a thief steals. At midday he is found. That's for Astra, and then San. And I tell you what, then I'm going to do yours, your wisdom text, sarcastic, and then we'll switch back to the cookies. So, all right. San. It is important to practice discretion appropriate for a prudent person. And again, also from Ptahhotep. And I think the translation's a little kludgy, but I guess it is important to use discretion and as befits a prudent person, the wise person. Practice discretion. It is important that one practice discretion appropriate to the prudent one. It says prudent man, but we're making it more general. Okay, so now sarcastic, your turn. Do not alleviate your anger at the expense of your adversary. So don't vent your anger at the expense of your adversary. So that's interesting. We've got kind of a series of those. It's like Ptahhotep is there to remind us, don't go crazy on social media, Okay, now time for our cookies. And I'm going to go ahead and put this in, sort of our last call for wisdom, y'all. If anybody else, is missing one, I see. Okay, Elgin Phoenix, a prayer request. I'm in Chicago and experiencing a nasty thunderstorm. Lightning has struck close by a few times already. Wow. We ask that Mahes and Sutek both keep Elgin Phoenix safe and keep the lightning at bay, so that they can keep tuning in with us, but also to be safe and let the thunderstorm pass.
Yeah, I mean, I remember that violent thunderstorm that we were in the middle of.
Oh goodness, yeah.
In Joliet.
No, we weren't in Joliet. We were in. Are you talking about when we were at the Not BotCon in 03 or?
No, we were heading to Canada.
Oh, that was in Effingham, Illinois, where we stopped overnight. Yeah.
God, that was one of the most violent thunderstorms I've ever seen.
Yeah. Okay, so cookie request from Zoroark, Quentin, and Dragon's Den.
Cookie sounds good.
Zoroark. We're O'Hare Airport Transformers Convention there that year.
Yeah.
But, even the toughest of days have bright spots. Just do your best. So that's for Zoroark. Even the toughest of days have bright spots. Just do your best. With an exclamation point at the end. Just do your best. Even the toughest of days have bright spots. So hang in there, Zoroark. So the next one's Quentin. Your friends are the pillars of your happiness. Quentin, your friends are the pillars of your happiness. I think that's a message to lean on them. If times are tough, just lean on your friends. They are the pillars of your happiness. And the last one was Dragon's Den. Your friendships are the pillars of your happiness. Wow. Wasn't that just the same?
Yep.
Wow. What are the odds that we get the same fortune twice? But for Dragon's Den, maybe you two need to be friends. I don't know. Okay. Oh, Catania. I was right. Awesome. So, buffering. There we go. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, and I know some folks were asking about resources for visually impaired. Okay, the Forest Corps is saying you've got a ton. That's awesome. That's something I know at one point, Darren, you knew a lot about those, but
What?
Resources for the blind.
Yeah.
But also somebody here, knows some things that are current because they have visual impairment. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. And I'm always happy to hear people able to share resources and network because, there was a time when, in really good church groups, you still have this sort of thing. And I'm using church in a very broad sense, synagogues. And I mean, we were just talking about a rabbi who's been coming and checking on the house of, our friend's mom, and stuff like that. A good congregation is a community. We look out for each other. Unfortunately, a lot of them, have kind of forgotten about that. But that was, I think, one of the whole intentions all along. So that's the extent of my sermon. So if anyone else has any other requests, go ahead and put those up. I'm going to go ahead and read a couple of prayers for everyone so that we may all have blessings of protection and health. Hear us, O Ra, great Lord of Unu, and place your arms of blessing around us. Let us rejoice in your bounty, and our hearts take joy in your kindness. Tell Neat and Ubot to open their ways for us, and may you protect us with your strong arm of compassion. For you are the All-Lord, the Lord of Ma'at. Holy and splendid is your name. Capri at dawn, Atum at dusk. Ra Harketi, as you rule the nine. Hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Capri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Unu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnit. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great Aeneid, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Unu, endures. May they endure as the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Geb at the Erzba endures. As the name of Nut in the shrine of Shenit in Unu, endures. As the name of Osir, Kentiamentiu, endures. As the name of Asset in Echeru endures. As the name of Sutech in Nubet endures. As the name of Horus in Pei endures. As the name of Wajit in Dep endures. As the name of Jehuti in Khomenu endures. As the name of Ra in the Akhet endures likewise for eternity. You have come in peace, O Ra. You have come in peace, O Anapu. You have come in peace, O Yanacharu. May you go forth in peace, O Ra. May you go forth in peace, O Anapu, O Yanacharu, to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Manjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. Aw, thank you. The Forest Corp saying, you guys are genuinely the light of my week, so I always try to help out when I can.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. We love you too.
Oh, wow. And Ellis is saying, how odd. Moments after, we did the prayer request, the nasty storm eased up considerably. Okay, Chocolate Dragon saying, prayer request, meeting with my mom for the first time in months since moving out. Got emancipated recently. My mom seems to think I hate her because of that, but I want her to know I love her. Oh, that's really good of you to still have that, strength and maturity.
Dragon, you're going to have to be more patient than you know how. And the first thing you need to say to mom before she can say anything is walk up to her, hug her, and say, I love you. That's the only thing that matters.
Yeah.
Because if the first words come out of your mouth, and that determines the course of the entire thing. And why did you do that? Say, because I had to do it for me. It had nothing to do with you. I love you, and that's why I'm here. It stops a lot of bullshit.
And that's if it comes up.
Yeah, and if it doesn't come up, don't worry about it. The important thing is I love you and everything that comes with it. That's all.
Yeah. And Isabella also saying, I love you guys. Please pray for me and my mom to get through this safe. Yeah.
Always.
Because I know it's a lot, and we won't get into it if you don't want us to, but uh, yeah, a lot of folks are going through a tough time right now. It just seems to be something about where we are collectively in the universe right
Listen,
now. It's a tough time, but
I have always believed that tough times are forging you to be prepared for greater things. Okay? So every beating that you survive, that life throws at you, it's because there is glory on the other end. And the wisdom that you gain from living through that is going to be able to be carried forward and help someone else that you never saw coming. You may not even know. You don't have to understand it. One of the biggest lies we tell ourselves in this world is that we have to understand everything that's going to come and everything that's going to happen. No, we don't. That's why they call it faith.
yeah. Well, and that's why we, some mysteries take a lifetime to learn.
Yes.
So give yourself enough time to learn.
Yeah.
The full scope of it. But and sometimes it's just things are so trying. It's just you're minute to minute trying to get through it.
That's right.
Especially when you're dealing with other people and what they're doing, and it's not because you did anything wrong. It's because there's something else going on, and it's bigger than you, at least in terms of you didn't start it. It's not
Yeah. Little word of advice: if you didn't fuck it up, you can't fix it.
Yeah. And learn not to consider yourself responsible morally, or spiritually for things that you didn't bring about. I think sometimes we, put ourselves on the hook for things, and it's appropriate to be talking about this with Anubis on the altar because he's the one that runs through the accounts. He weighs everything. At the end of it, if we have a lot of weight on ourselves for things that we still are holding ourselves accountable for without reason, that makes his job harder. And if you think about the that heart spell, the spell that was on the heart scarabs, and it's saying, asking the heart, do not, rise up and speak against me. Do not spoil our name before the judges, before Osiris and Anubis, and the court, in Duat. You read most books and they explain that as a as magic, thinking that the heart's going to, suddenly come up and, start saying things. Well, what do you think it would be saying? Maybe all of the things that, we beat ourselves up with. And so maybe the hidden meaning in that spell is asking us, asking our heart, please don't beat me up over this. We shouldn't let ourselves be judged over it. If you follow that, hopefully that made sense. So. Okay, Smacky Smackins, your request, prayer for my partner who's going through a hard time with his job and his family, and a prayer for my brother's cat who's very sick. Absolutely.
Aww.
Yeah.
We love the kitties.
Oh, a Spicy Phoenix asking, can we get a last minute cookie? So and yeah, prayer for a good job, and for the problems on the job front, to be positively resolved, and also, with family, and for the kitty, of course, that we're pet owners too, so that we understand that. So, tell you what, I will this seemed to help for Shannon, so I'm going to light some more incense, and we, are going to ask the gods to bless partner's family and sick kitty. May kitty get well. We ask you, Lady Bast, a queen of cats.
Because anybody that knows me knows, even though I'm allergic to cats, I love them.
Yeah. And I know there were some other prayer requests there. Yeah. So partner and brother's cat. And, okay. And Spicy Phoenix won a last minute cookie. Yeah, we don't sign off until everybody's gotten what they need. So.
Well, I need a chocolate chip cookie.
You need a chocolate chip cookie?
Yeah.
I have some Hershey's chocolate, but
I'll get to that too.
And I got more supplies so we can make homemade ice cream.
Ice cream.
By the way, if you're able to get one of those things that in the summertime they'll offer them. It's like $20. You get a little ice cream maker.
And you don't have to crank it.
Yeah, it's an electric. Man, those are great. Okay, Spicy Phoenix. Accept that you can't control everything. Let go.
Oh.
Accept that you can't control everything. Let go.
That's not a cryptic message, sir.
Or ma'am, I think. But
yeah.
Good friend. That is not a cryptic message.
Yes.
Accept that you can't control everything. Let go. Wow. Oh, okay, and Vault Boy, welcome. Can I get a cookie? And sarcastic saying my cat takes sitting down as an invitation to cuddle.
Of course.
Should keep her away from Darren, LOL. Yes. And Aries Squared, hey, good to see you. One last minute prayer. I'd like to ask Anubis to walk with all the animals in our lives who are no longer with us. Absolutely. Yeah, because we all have pets that have gone west ahead of us and will be waiting for us. So, and it's funny, I know the love of your life, Darren, before you met me, was a black lab named Boudreaux.
Yeah. And I still miss her to this day.
Yeah. I mean, what more appropriate servant of Anapu, well, at least from our perspective.
Yeah.
But and Darren has lots of stories about Boudreaux. And that's a good Cajun name, by the way, Boudreaux. Yeah, there are a whole lot of jokes about Boudreaux and Thibodeau.
Yeah, I did not name her. My dad did.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so Vault Boy, well, let's get a cookie. And we've let's see, yeah, thanks for the service, everyone. Next week, love you, Forest Corpse. And well, we've been doing one or the other. We've had to do that to try and cut down on time. Of course, it's been, like we're at about an hour and a half, I think.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and do a cookie.
Yeah.
And then we can wrap up. Oh, well, you know what? Vault Boy, you got 2 cookies.
You got voicemail.
Yeah. So then somebody wanted to make sure you were covered. First one, express your creativity in your unique way. Express your creativity in your unique way. Now there's one more. Your generosity is a gift you have to offer the world. So, Vault Boy, express your creativity in your unique way. Your generosity is a gift you have to offer the world.
May I say something here? Everyone, I want you to realize that generosity does not always equate to money.
Yeah.
Generosity equates to time as a human being. Never forget that.
Time, attention, love.
Right.
When you think about attention, that's a commodity. I mean, the fact that you guys are tuning in right now, you're giving your attention to this broadcast out of all the other things that are out there, that you could be giving it to. And so that is your generosity to me, and I thank you for that. But the attention that you give to a friend or a loved one, that's generosity too.
Don't forget attention to yourself.
Yes. Don't deny yourself the attention that you need to take care of yourself physically, mentally, and everything else.
Spiritually.
Yeah. And and Cranberry asking, Cajun names for the. Oh, you're working on a novel. I tell you what, Boudreaux. Yeah. Let's see, Boudreau with an X. Yeah.
Boudreaux.
Oh, Boudreaux and Thibodeau.
Thibodeau, yes.
There you go, Boudreaux and Thibodeau. There's a joke about the cage.
There are several jokes about Boudreaux and Thibodeau.
Fido.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. There's a joke about the Cajun dog Fido, Phydaaux.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all right. So Cranberry. Yeah. What I need to do is, since I've managed to hash out a calendar, I need to put it on the website, and that way you guys can refer to it. And then, of course, I'll post, probably post something on here on YouTube, and then of course the Discord and elsewhere. Okay, Cranberry, your financial situation will soon improve significantly. Your financial situation will soon improve significantly. So you tuned in to get some good news. Yes, you don't say half those letters. Exactly. That's the whole thing. Remember, it comes from French. So all those silent letters, remember, like, of course, you've seen my books and my name on the cover. Laborde, the E is silent because it's French. So that's one of those things, all those silent letters. And you'll also, you might meet Cajun folks that their name, it looks like Hebert, but it's actually pronounced Abear.
Yeah.
So. All right. Well, if anybody else has anything, yeah. Oh, yeah. And LSU fans say, "Go Tigers."
Actually, they say "Go Tigers."
Go Tigers, yeah. But
yeah.
Yeah, you can find lots of stuff around here that's printed with "Go Tigers" and it's spelled Geaux.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And like I said, that flicker that you see, that's just from the
air conditioning units kicking in.
Yeah. But all right, thank you so much for tuning in. For joining us tonight. Okay. Oh, and do we still do those little scroll things? Yeah, we do. It's just things we do one or another because we're trying to keep it from getting too long. Although this time we had a lot of folks who kind of came in at the end, and that's okay. But I'm trying to keep it from running too long. We're just doing one or the other. And Smacky Smackins. Good night, everyone. I know I haven't joined the stream in a long time, but I hope everyone gets through these tough times soon. Absolutely. So, yeah, everyone have a great weekend. A safe week ahead. And join us next Friday as we get ready for the days on the year. Coming soon. All right, Ujai, lots of love, everybody. Thank you so much. I know it was a long one, but
Love you guys.
yeah, we're glad you're here. Lots of love.
Bye-bye.
Oh, and now wait, hang on. Before we're speaking of a novel, if anyone has anything to say about 1980s Louisiana, I will take it. I need all the research I can get. 1980s Louisiana, we could tell you some things. Are you on the Discord? Because if you're on the Discord, just ping me. Ping me. We can tell you everything you need to know.
Yes, I lived here the whole way.
Oh, me too. So yeah, we can tell you about that. You know, like the North and South thing and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. All right, good night, everybody. Oh, okay. You don't have Discord. Then there's got to be some way that we can get you. Force Corps, are you on Facebook? See, unfortunately, they got rid of Messenger through YouTube, so I have to find some other service or some other way for you to message me. And so I'm thinking, well, there's the Discord, there's the Facebook group, and last resort, you can find my Etsy channel. Not channel, my Etsy store, and message me. But from there, I'd have to, bump you to something else. But on Instagram and Tumblr, I think they re-added the messenger function. Okay. Yeah, see, I'm not on those.
Join Discord, dude.
Well, I know there's some people that are like, but goodness. Well, there's also email. I tell you what, here's what I'm going to do. Because I don't have live chat replay enabled, specifically so that people can talk about things, and that way, it doesn't.
Don't do it.
Oh well.
Don't do it.
I tell you what. Here's what I'll do. Go to my website, to the Kemetic Reform website. There is a contact email there. I haven't checked it in forever and a day, but if you go ahead and you email me through that, I can go and look for you, and then we can find a way to connect, and I can, respond and ask me what specific questions you have, and that might be a way to get started. So it's like contact at Kemetic Reform, and that's a way to do it without
broadcasting to the world.
Yeah, because I get enough crazy spam, about enlargements for things I don't have, and Russian girls want to talk to you, and then Omaha steaks and whatever else. So, yeah. But all right, well, everybody have a good night. We love you. Stay safe.